King Charles shaken as Princess Beatrice confronts him, seeking £10 million release from late Queen Elizabeth's trust fund. By the time you're done reading, you'll be in on the royal drama that's been quietly brewing behind the palace walls. It involves King Charles and Princess Beatrice, and a £10 million inheritance that's causing quite a stir. Imagine inheriting unimaginable wealth but finding it hard to access. That's Princess Beatrice's situation, tied to her grandmother's legacy. She's now seeking answers from her uncle, King Charles. Family dynamics in the royal family are always intriguing. This time, it's about a secretive trust fund worth millions. Even royals have their money troubles or disputes over when they can get their hands on it. Let's set the scene. The late Queen Elizabeth II was known for her financial planning. She set up trust funds for her family, ensuring their financial security. But, as with all things royal, it's never straightforward. When Princess Beatrice confronted King Charles about a £10 million release from her grandmother's trust fund, it was more than just about money. It was about family, loyalty, and traditions that keep the monarchy ticking. But why now? Why is this particular sum causing such tension? Well, here's where it gets interesting. The late Queen's trust had stipulations, meaning Beatrice and others can't access their inheritance as easily as they might have hoped. King Charles, now overseeing these financial matters, is at the center of the storm. Some might wonder, wait, don't they have enough money as is? But royal finances are far more complicated than they appear. From public funds to private estates, royals must follow strict guidelines about their wealth. And that £10 million? It's tied up in more red tape than you can imagine. Have you ever felt entitled to something but found it hard to get? Princess Beatrice is dealing with that feeling, multiplied by royal protocols. The trust fund was set up by the Queen to secure her grandchildren's future. But many believe the funds are to be released under certain conditions. These might include marriage, royal duties, or approval from King Charles. Beatrice's request might seem premature to some. Or maybe she's fed up with waiting. Perhaps she wants to provide more for her young family or maintain the expected royal lifestyle. Whatever the reason, this confrontation with King Charles marks a pivotal moment. Imagine the tension in that room. The weight of family tradition, expectations, and legacy all rested on this conversation. It's not just a financial dispute, it's about power, history, and the future of the royal family. This situation mirrors family disagreements over money worldwide. Sure, most of us don't have trust funds worth millions. But we can relate to family money troubles, right? Whether it's an inheritance, a loan, or a financial favor, money complicates relationships, even among royals. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where money caused tension between family members? It's a universal challenge that doesn't care about your last name or status. The only difference here? Beatrice is seeking a cool £10 million. But here's the kicker. Despite the wealth and power involved, this situation is just as personal and emotional as any other family dispute. It reminds us that even the most seemingly untouchable families are vulnerable to the same struggles that affect us all. Now, what does King Charles have to say about all of this? Details of their private conversation are scarce. But sources suggest the king is deeply shaken by Beatrice's bold request. This isn't just about money. It's about upholding the late Queen's wishes and maintaining the monarchy's dignity. It's also about navigating delicate family relationships. Charles is known for his careful approach to royal matters. He doesn't make decisions lightly, not when it comes to his mother's legacy. So, he's taking time to consider his next steps. Imagine being in his shoes. Balancing family emotions with royal responsibilities is tough. Every move he makes is watched by the world. At the heart of this dispute is something more significant than wealth. It's about legacy. Queen Elizabeth's trust was a financial safety net and a way to ensure her family's future. The fact that Beatrice is seeking access to these funds shows the lasting impact of the late Queen's decisions. While £10 million might seem like a lot to most of us, it's just a drop in the bucket for the royal family. Yet, the implications of how this situation is handled could resonate for years to come. Will King Charles grant Beatrice's request? Or will he stick to the Queen's guidelines? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, this is a pivotal moment for the royal family. What happens next? The future of royal finances. As we eagerly await the outcome, it's worth considering the broader implications. The royals' handling of money, including inherited wealth, fascinates many. From Prince Harry's financial independence to debates over royal funding, money is always in the spotlight. For Princess Beatrice, this £10 million could be life-changing. It might offer her greater freedom or come with strings attached. Either way, It's a turning point for Beatrice and the royal family's financial dealings. So, where do you stand on this royal financial dilemma? Should Princess Beatrice be granted access to the trust fund, or should King Charles stick to the rules? It's a complex issue, and we want to hear your thoughts. Share your take in the comments below, and let's dive into a discussion about royal responsibilities, family dynamics, and, of course, money. Because, let's be honest, when it comes to family feuds over finances, we've all got a story to tell. As we navigate this royal drama, it's important to recognize how wealth impacts relationships. Wealth can create distance, jealousy, and resentment, even under public scrutiny. Take a moment to reflect. Have you ever felt the tension in a room when money is brought into the equation? Maybe it was during a family dinner discussing inheritances or investments. These conversations can quickly turn heated, just as they might behind the palace walls. In the royal context, each decision about wealth can reverberate through the family for generations. If King Charles decides to release the funds, it could set a precedent for other family members, potentially leading to more demands. If he holds firm, it might strain his relationship with Beatrice, who may feel marginalized in her quest for financial independence. And it's not just about Beatrice. This situation has the potential to affect her sister, Princess Eugenie, and their respective families. How do you think their relationship would change if one sister received a substantial amount while the other did not? Money complicates family dynamics, and royal families are no exception. Living in the royal family isn't just about wealth and privilege, it's also about intense public scrutiny. Every decision, every financial move, is dissected and debated by the media and the public. This adds an extra layer of pressure that most families will never have to contend with. Princess Beatrice's argument with King Charles is making headlines worldwide. Imagine a private talk about money turning into a public spectacle. Cameras click, journalists speculate, and everyone waits for the outcome. Would you like every money talk to be public? It's scary and adds stress to already tough talks. Royals face pressure to seem united and dignified. But their personal wishes and family loyalty can clash. Managing money and emotions is a big challenge. Transparency is key in families to avoid misunderstandings. If Princess Beatrice and King Charles could talk openly about the trust fund, they might find a solution. Could the royal family share financial rules to avoid fights? Maybe they could publish a guide. It sounds funny but is a serious idea for clear communication. Imagine if everyone knew the rules about inheritances. Instead of fights, they could talk about money plans and family goals. Having clear expectations would be nice. Princess Beatrice's situation teaches us lessons about family money. Here are some tips for anyone dealing with family finances. Communicate openly. Talk about money with family. Discussing inheritances or shared costs can prevent problems. Set clear expectations. Make sure everyone knows the rules of family trusts or shared money. This avoids fights and keeps peace. Be aware of emotions. Money talks can stir up strong feelings. Be kind and understanding in these talks. Seek professional guidance. If talks get too heated, get help from a financial advisor or mediator. Remember the bigger picture. Family bonds are more important than money. Work towards solutions that strengthen family ties. The story of Princess Beatrice and King Charles is just starting. Will they find a way to honor the late Queen's wishes? Or will this issue create a bigger divide? The impact could last for years. Royal dramas don't solve quickly. Expect more headlines and speculation. The world is watching. The media is all over this story. Every move the royal family makes is under scrutiny. King Charles's handling of this could change his reign and his relationship with Beatrice. What do you think should happen next? Should Princess Beatrice get her way? Or should King Charles stick to the Queen's plans? Your opinion counts. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your insights might offer a new view on this royal issue. In the world of royalty, tradition and personal wishes often clash. Princess Beatrice and King Charles's story shows the complexity of family and money. As we follow this drama, let's think about our own family finances. Whether it's a household budget or inheritance, more open talks and empathy are always good. Thanks for exploring royal intrigue with us. Stay tuned for more updates and fascinating royal stories. Your interest keeps the conversation going. Let's keep exploring together. The saga between Princess Beatrice and King Charles is part of a larger royal finance story. The royal family's wealth spans centuries, with land, investments, and trust funds. But getting to this wealth is complex, with public and private finances mixed. The Queen's Trust Fund, which Beatrice wants a share of, is just a small part of the royal finances. It raises a big question: how are these funds managed, and who decides how they are used? King Charles faces a big challenge in balancing family needs with the monarchy's financial health. Every decision is crucial, as it could lead to public backlash and family conflict. As a monarch, King Charles has big responsibilities, including protecting the royal legacy. He's also an uncle, father, and brother, with emotional ties to his family. Charles has been preparing for his role for decades, known for being thoughtful and deliberate. But the situation with Princess Beatrice is a unique challenge. Should he follow the late Queen's wishes exactly, or make an exception for Beatrice? This dilemma shows the tension between tradition and modernity in the monarchy. Charles has progressive views but must navigate the royal family's finances carefully. This will affect both the public and his relatives. Royal family disputes are common, with many examples throughout history. Think of the Tudor era, where rivalries often led to scandal. Today's monarchy is more stable, but tensions still exist. The story of King George VI and his brother Edward VIII is a reminder of the challenges royal families face. Edward's decision to abdicate to marry Wallis Simpson shocked the family and changed its course. This shows how personal desires can clash with royal duty. The situation with Princess Beatrice and King Charles is a modern take on this age-old challenge. It's about balancing personal needs with the greater good of the monarchy. How this conflict could shape the future of the monarchy. The outcome of this financial disagreement could set a precedent for the royal family's wealth management. If King Charles grants Beatrice access to the trust fund, it could signal a shift toward more flexibility. If he refuses, it could show the monarchy operates under strict rules, even for personal wealth. The public's perception of the royal family is also at stake. The monarchy has always been seen as stable, but public views have changed. The younger royals, like Prince William and Princess Beatrice, are seen as more relatable. Their handling of finances will shape the monarchy's image in the future. Will the public support Beatrice, seeing her as a modern royal facing financial challenges? Or will they back King Charles, preferring a traditional approach to royal wealth? The answer could influence the monarchy's future in ways we can't predict.